gosh. Hey, my name is Emily Rose, and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I am going to talk about a book that very much deserves to be talked about. But as you can see in the title, I personally have tried, at least twice, but it might have been 3 times technically that I've tried reading it, and I think with my mental capacity, emotional capacity, I just simply cannot read it. I have a strong history with this book for the last 2 years. I will link the video down below that first recommended it to me. The girl did not go into detail, so I'm going to try not to either, but just the way that she spoke about it made me feel like I had to read it. And so that was where the story started. So I picked it up, I ordered it on Amazon, and then I also it was coming in too slow on Amazon, so I went to the bookstore and was lucky to find it. So I actually had 2 copies. When I first tried reading it, I was really into it at first, but the further and further I got into it, it was circumstances at my job as well, things that I was learning about, like the environmental situation of our consumerism and where all of that garbage goes, because it obviously goes somewhere once we are finished using it. That was stressing me out. I was expected to go into schools and talk to people about how to properly recycle, and but also I was learning about where actually some of our recycling goes to and things like that, which I will probably end up making another video about, because it is something that I am very passionate about, that I think more people should know about, but that is not for this video. So anyways, I was sort of stressed to the max about that. Just the way that I am very empathetic. I feel very strongly. And I just was very sad learning what I was learning. And then to put on top of it, reading this book, it just kind of tore me apart. I ended up seeing the sadness in everything. I was crying a lot. And my mom is an RN, and she was working at midnight. And I actually ended up at her job in the middle of the night crying, just upset about the human condition and the way that we are as people. And she said that I should probably stop reading the book, and I sort of agreed with her. So I think I probably read something happy after that, or like a thriller or something like mindless that I didn't have to think about or worry about the human condition. So yeah, so that was my first experience with it. It just kind of tore me to pieces, and I couldn't finish it. But on my very first date, actually, with my William, we hit it off really well because number one, we talked about the environmental standpoint. Now my boyfriend is in the oil field, which for an environmental educator is sort of crazy, the way that we actually hit it off. But if there is a typical oil field person, he is not that. And we just had a really good conversation, and the conversation led to books, and I recommended that he read Ishmael. I did not tell him that I could not finish it myself. I didn't tell him anything about it. I just said that he needed to read it, and I think I lent him one of my copies. I did. I lent him one of my copies, one of my 2 copies that I got, and the way that he kind of like continued getting closer and closer to me after our first date was messaging me about this book, sending me quotes from it and things like that. And it was only after we had, been together for, a little bit of time that I told him that I actually have not finished the book. So he, of course, told me, you have to read the book. You have to read the whole book. It's definitely a book you need to read. And so I tried it again, and I just it just made me cry. It just makes me... He says that I should not feel disappointed in humans because of it. But alas, of course I do. It is a fictional book, but it is very philosophical. It is, I just don't know everything to say. And I don't even know if I feel qualified to talk about it because I have not finished the book. I have tried. I will recommend it again and again to everybody, anybody. I think that it's, it just might change your mindset maybe on the way we do the things that we do, why. And to me, something you obviously do not know about me because you do not know me, but I just get very disappointed and very saddened when I'm put face to face with things the way that they are, but then it's also hard to look away. So for me personally, I will probably never finish this book unless I am in a very completely different type of mindset. I don't even know what mindset I could ever be in that would allow me personally to read this book the whole way through. But I am incredibly grateful for the book because I feel like that sort of, both Will and I were dating a lot when we first met. And I kind of think that that was what made me stick in his mind, and the fact that he read it and kept messaging me about it. And I just think that it led to a really beautiful connection. And I am thankful to the book for that. I know that William recommends it to a lot of people. I don't entirely know if I want to talk about what the book is about because I don't believe that the video that I first watched did that, and it was powerful enough still to make me read it. So, yeah, I just really think that everyone should read the book. Am I still on it?
You're making me nervous.
Why? Scoot up a little bit. So you read Ishmael.
Yes.
What was your first reaction to it?
So, like, I read the book in, 2 days, I think?
Yeah.
It wasn't hard for me to read, unlike Emily.
Why was it hard for me to read, do you think? Why do you not think that it was hard for you to read?
Because you care way too much about things and get all in a fit about the way the world is and depressed and sad.
And you do not, then?
I mean, no, not really.
Okay, so you've recommended this book.
I recommended this book to probably 10 people. Of those 10 people, I'd say 7 of them read the book. And I don't have them at hand anymore, but I got wonderful responses from the people who read the book. They wrote beautifully put things because they're way smarter than I am and interpreted it way better than I could ever do.
This is a text message that one of Will's co-workers, who he told to read Ishmael, sent to him. He wrote, "Just finished Ishmael last night. There was so much to unpack. I'm not sure what to think about it right now. There was a lot in there that could have really gone down rabbit holes that would have been as long as the book itself. I feel like the main theme is that when humanity separated itself from nature by creating a society that can control nature, we lost touch with fundamental laws of existence. I definitely enjoyed the book, no doubt. There's a lot of corridors to go down and rabbit holes you could follow for a long time. Funny that this morning I woke up reading about this report saying there's a climate catastrophe that we're about to come up against. Kind of fitting. This is the message that William's dad messaged him. A lot of philosophy play, lot of socialist play with a sprinkling of truth. So a must read for those who question life and past life. If man was destined to rule the planet, then one can't change destiny. But in the end, the cockroaches still live and the rest will implode. Scott's Log, 2018.
But it was really eye-opening in some ways, and a lot of things the book said make sense, especially when it touched bases on like how the rise of agriculture was the start of doom for the planet Earth, basically.
Right.
A lot of it made sense, the way he touched bases on everything with relations to that. And I just think everyone should read that book.
Why do you think that?
Because it'll get people thinking about the way the world works today, whether it's plastic pollution or overpopulation and over farming and overtaking of natural resources and whatnot.
I did mention that you're in the oil field.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it'll explain to people how that came to be in a way that you wouldn't normally think about. And it's really cool on how he did it through a guy talking to a gorilla.
Yes.
It's very, very interesting on the way he portrayed that. Like the gorilla, like being relocated as he was and no longer in his natural habitat, all as a result of man, which is a pretty interesting thing.
Thank you, William.
You're welcome.
Okay, so that is the book that I think that you should read, but I personally cannot. If you watched this whole thing, thank you so much. I certainly appreciate it. If you have read this book, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if I'm being overdramatic. I probably am, but I still personally cannot read it. And let me know if you're going to read it now. Honestly, like he said, I just feel like everybody in the world should read it, or at least know about it, honestly, and recommend it to other people. So yeah, thank you again for watching. Take good care. Bye.
God damn, I look good on camera. You sure you want to put me off on the YouTube?
Yeah.
You sure? You know what that might do to you? All the fan mail that I'm gonna get? Huh? All the girls sending their panties in the mail to me?
Okay, here, let me film one more and then I'm done.
Not clean underwear either. Use dirty panties.
Oh. Well, you know what, honey? That would make your whole life happy. So I'm willing to allow it to happen.
Oh, it's recording again.